Jedi, like my father before me.
You will meet your destiny.
Whoa! Those new Galaxy of Adventures Star Wars cartoon shorts are so good! And what with Disney's Star Wars movies being kind of bad lately, I refuse to believe Disney had anything to do with those cartoon shorts. Oh, hello, my name is Fu Manchu! And yep, you heard me right. I absolutely love those Galaxy of Adventures cartoon shorts. They are amazing, man. Now, I've heard a lot of people complaining about them. Oh, the art is terrible, they say. Well, the art reminds me of the manga Shut up! I know you like to pronounce manga. I say manga. Anyways, the manga books that came out in Japan, I don't know, back in the 90s or something like that, and they were awesome. They got re-released in the States, and they actually had, like, Adam Warren covers, who is by far one of my favorite artists of all time. I even got to meet him once. He was super cool, too. He actually drew me a little sketch of Princess Leia. Now, back to the Galaxy of Adventures cartoon shorts. I really do like them a lot, and I think that they capture all of the style and action of any good Japanese anime or manga. Manga, I know! You say tomato, I say, bleh, I don't like tomatoes. Anyways, I really do like those little cartoon shorts a lot. In fact, every time I see a new one, the first thing I think when I watch it is, oh man, I really want an action figure of insert character name here, in that cartoon style. Man, that would be awesome. And the weirdest thing is, they actually do make action figures from the Galaxy of Adventures, cartoons, but they don't look like they do on the cartoons, which is weird. So anyways, let's go check a couple of them out, shall we? Today's review will be on the... Where the heck is it? Oh, wait. Oh, they're rolling away. Oh, no. Take two. Today's review will be on the Hasbro Star Wars Galaxy of Adventures Luke Skywalker and Han Solo. Now, I have no clue why they sell them this way in these little tubes, but they do, and that's kind of weird. Now, as you can see, it's got some artwork here. Now, this artwork kind of doesn't look like the way they do on the cartoon shorts. Now, unless I'm missing something, this actually looks like it's done in a different style. It's kind of close, but not quite. And then up here, you have the figure himself. Now, as you can see, there's nothing animated about this figure. This is a full-on Mark Hamill reissue Star Wars figure or something. I'm pretty sure they've made this figure once before. But, yeah, that's weird. Now, when these things came out, they were $10 each. And I was like, well, crap, of course I want one because they're Star Wars. But number two, I was like, I don't need it because they're kind of like re-released figures or something. At least they look like it to me. Plus, they've got the basic articulation and everything like that. And I was like, well, that's not very good. Why don't they look more like this or how they do on the cartoon? But they don't. They just look like this. Now, that's not to imply that they have bad sculpts or anything, because check that out. That is amazing. That looks just like Harrison Ford as Han Solo. But it's just that when you see this artwork down here and the realistic style of the figure, yeah, that sort of conflicts. But hey, whatever. Now, like I said, when these figures first came out, they were $10 each. Now, I recently found this one and Luke Skywalker for $7, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to give them a chance because I've been wanting to get some of these figures from day one. As for the package, I really do like it, even though it is in a tube. Now, at the top of each one, you will find the blurb, "Who in the Galaxy is?" And then below that, you'll have a little drawing of the character and a little descriptive name. The Jedi. And you've got Luke in his Return of the Jedi outfit, and that is awesome. Below that, you have the Star Wars logo. Now, like I said, each one has a little descriptive name. Now, this one's the Jedi. All of them have something like that. Now, think the good, the bad, and the ugly, because I think that's what they went with when they made these packages, and that is awesome. Plus, I love that each of the package has a different little color scheme. Now, here's Han Solo's, and he is called the Scoundrel, and that is awesome. Yeah, I absolutely love it. Like I said, this artwork looks a little different than the way the little shorts look, but hey, whatever, it still looks good to me. Turning the tube and looking at the other side, you'll find a little short bio of each character, and then down here a little advertisement for a little comic book, and we'll get back to that comic here in a second. Han Solo's package is exactly the same, but if you look closely, his actually advertises a different comic book. Now, if you're wondering, hey, where do I get one of those comic books? Well, if you look at the top of each package, you'll find out that it includes the Galaxy's miniest comic, and that is awesome. And for each one, you get a different comic for each character, and that is cool. Now, I've been fighting the urge to get these figures for quite some time, and had I not found them on sale, I probably still wouldn't have them. So I've been waiting a long time to see how these figures are in hand, so I say we waste no more time, and I say we open them! First up, we have Luke Skywalker, and check out that sculpt of his face. That looks awesome, and the outfit is sculpted equally as awesome. Look at all the wrinkles and folds. That is very cool. Now, this figure is very basic, like I said, but there are a couple of little hidden surprises in the articulation, and that is awesome. Now, one of the first things I thought when I pulled this figure out of the package is, it's actually very sturdy. The figure does not feel rubbery or plastic at all. It feels very, very sturdy indeed. Now, I first noticed it on his lightsaber hilt because usually the lightsaber hilts almost kind of have like a really rubbery kind of feel to them. Not this one. This is a very sturdy lightsaber, so that part right there should never bend ever, and that is cool. Now, I don't know if the blade is removable. I didn't pull on it or anything like that, but it doesn't matter. Now, talking about that hidden articulation, his wrists actually articulate there, and that is very cool. I didn't expect that. And I think his head's on a ball joint, but because his hair is kind of long, it doesn't really like move around on a ball joint. It just kind of turns left and right. But that's okay, because it still looks cool. Now, looking at the figure from behind, I absolutely love how they colored his hair there. That looks very cool. You can see the wrinkles and folds of his suit there looking very neat. His belt. I love how the belt and the boots are that glossy paint, even his glove. That looks so cool. It stands out against the matte black of his outfit, and I absolutely love it. Now, aesthetically, this is one awesome looking Luke Skywalker figure. Now, if only it had just a little bit of the articulation that the Black Series figures have, like the knees or the elbow joints, that would make this figure truly, truly awesome. But you know what? Honestly, just standing on the shelf like this is one awesome looking Luke, and I think if you got this one in your collection, you would be very happy with it. Moving on to Han Solo, who, as you can see, they got his eye color wrong because Harrison Ford does not have blue eyes. But that's okay. Now, looking at this figure, who's decked out in his Bespin gear, as you can see there, if these figures are indeed for re-releases from other lines, I think it's very obvious here when you compare this one to the Luke, because this one does not have wrist articulation, and if you look there, his head swivels at the clavicle, and it's not on a ball joint. So yeah, I think these are probably scattered about from different, releases and stuff over the years, but that's okay, because this is still a really nice looking Han Solo figure. Now, this figure feels a little bit rubberier, than the Luke did, but that's okay too. Now, it's very noticeable when you look over here at his gun. His gun was very, very rubbery. So yeah, it's not quite as hard as the lightsaber was, but that's all right because you can't have everything. Now, looking at Han from behind, you can see his hair sculpt there and the wrinkles of his jacket and stuff. They even got his little back pocket there. That's pretty awesome. And he has a working holster, and that is very cool indeed. Yeah, these figures may be bare minimum, kind of, but honestly, just getting the little working holster is something we never got in the Kenner years, and that is awesome. So, if Greedo ever gives him any sass, he can definitely reach for his gun and fire first, and that is awesome. As for their last accessories, you get a little tiny mini comic book, and that is awesome. If I only had one negative thing to say is, well, they've been rolled up so long, look, they don't lay flat. But that's okay. And when you look inside, I'd say these comics are truly awesome indeed. Look at that artwork. And yeah, this is the same artwork that's on the front of the packages, and I think that looks amazing. And for a little freebie that's thrown in, you gotta say, they did a really good job on these comics. These are very, very cool indeed. And yeah, I love the way they're done. Look at that, Luke. Looks so awesome. That is cool. And check out the stylized version there of Darth Vader. That looks so awesome indeed. Yeah, and as you can see, this is the tail end of Return of the Jedi when Luke finally confronts Darth Vader and man goes to town on him. And that is so awesome. There goes his hand. And as you can see, the Emperor thinks that is good. But you know what? Luke knows. He knows what happened. He sees the irony. He knows how it's all like poetry. It all rhymes. The Emperor doesn't like that. Man, oh man, this looks awesome. And honestly, this comic is amazing. The only thing that sucks is the fact that these comics are done so small. Man, oh man, they have to know that Star Wars fans are getting up there in ages, and man, their eyes aren't what they used to be, but that's all right. Now, if you look at the back page, you'll see a little blurb there about Luke Skywalker, and that is awesome. Moving on to Han Solo, and his comic is equally as awesome. And look there, it says a small-scale tale from the galaxy's greatest space saga. Now, one of the things I love about these little mini-comics is the fact that the figure you get is Bespin Han Solo, right? Well, this little comic takes place as they're going to Bespin. So that is very cool indeed. Check out that artwork. I love it. Oh, look out, 3PO! Pew! But yeah, look at all that artwork. It looks amazing, and I'm very happy with it. Check out Lando over there. I love how stylized it is. That is cool. Oh no, Darth Vader came to dinner. Whoa, there goes your lightsaber. And now Boba Fett's here too, and that is cool. Now, I don't know if these comics were ever published larger in any way, but they sure deserve to be because the artist seems to have put in a lot of work here, and I love the stylized nature of them. They just look so cool indeed, and man, oh man, I love them. Uh-oh, we got some princess on scoundrel kissing there. And then there's the stormtroopers going, no kissing for you. She says she loves him, he says I know, and she turns into a fish. And we all know how it goes from there. Poor old Han Solo gets frozen and taken away by Boba Fett. And eventually he just becomes a decoration in Jabba's palace, but that story will have to wait for another day. To be continued. And on the back you'll also find a little bio there about Han Solo, and wait a second, 5'11". Isn't he like 6'2" or 3? Jeez, I think they got that wrong. Oh well. Now, in case you're curious, the back of the Han Solo comic has the Millennium Falcon. It kind of continues to the front with Han in front of it. And then the back of Luke's has this right here, Jabba's palace, and that is awesome. Now, for a bonus round, I say we compare this new Han Solo to the original 1980 Han Solo. Now, this Bespin Han Solo from 1980 has had a few, adventures over the years, so he's a little scratched up, but that's okay. But yeah, check this out. See, back in my day, yeah, they didn't even paint boots, but that's okay. We didn't have working holsters either. But you know what? We still loved our figures, and it looks awesome. Now, the Han Solo from the 80s was a little bit more groomed with a closer cut haircut, but yeah, forget trying to get back pockets on your jackets back then. You just couldn't do it. But as you can see, these figures are very close, but also very different at the same time. Still awesome. Now, comparing the Luke Skywalkers, the one from 1983 is a lot taller and beefier than the new one, that's for sure. But they certainly didn't get his lightsaber color right. Nope, this one still has the blue lightsaber, but that's okay. Now, one of the differences between these two figures, besides the size difference, is the fact that the one from 1983 obviously is wearing his outfit that he wore when he went to meet Jabba the Hutt, instead of the new one wearing his outfit that he went to meet Darth Vader and the Emperor. But that is still awesome indeed. Looking at both figures from behind, and it is amazing to see how far action figures have come over the years. And yeah, even though this new one over here still has a step back when it comes to articulation and stuff like that, there's no denying that it is a way better sculpt than what we had back in 1983. Not to mention the fact that they finally got the scale right between the characters, and I think that is awesome. Yeah, I think these figures are really cool. The comics that are included with them are equally awesome. Do I think that they're overpriced at $10? A little bit, but you know what? I got these for $7 each, and I'm more than happy. So, there's my review of the Hasbro Star Wars Galaxy of Adventures Bespin Han Solo and Return of the Jedi Luke. And you know what? I've heard a lot of people complaining about these figures and the little Galaxy of Adventures cartoons, and honestly, I like them all. I think it looks awesome. And honestly, I wouldn't have gotten them if I couldn't have gotten them on sale. And it wasn't much of a sale, but I'm still happy with them. So, until next time, tune in for more Foo Reviews!
You're gonna need a nickname, because I ain't saying that every time.
Hey, this is Nolan North. You don't want to miss Foo Reviews. And I'm out!